have to do your part. This guy is supposed to do his part.
But he recently lost his job.
Ari ku offer cottage kuirambirechi. Rukunzi namdara uya ushandi uya tishandi uya ondishandire.
I don't want this whole connotation ekuti ati zvarangonzo ndichitokurwa poto uchiscreama achitoti fana ya anakana senti but aritochemedza mwana wangu. It doesn't.
Welcome, my child. You are not judged here. This is the confession booth. Your story, your secret, your scandal. Unfiltered, unjudged.
Why do younger women think that they were smart, they are smarter or better than their predecessors, and they always be like, but our mothers were tolerating all this nonsense. Our mothers this, our mothers that.
That's just violence right there. They didn't tolerate. I mean, they don't think their predecessors were dumb. They just have an appreciation that it's something that was tolerated that should not have been.
What was tolerated? Respect? Like submitting to your husband?
Oh, if someone is talking like that, they're talking from a point of ignorance. I'm saying if, the ills in the past, like, the physical abuse, the verbal abuse, the gender-based violence, etc. So you know how it is to say someone wakes up from this place where it's not acceptable. Like, people will be married off, and you're just supposed to accept that because it's a culture,
The way you're saying it is like it was like 90% of men were just beating up women. What intimidates women by the word submission? I find a lot of modern women are intimidated by the word submission. What was intimidated by that word?
But you check.
Are you triggered?
No, I'm not even. Because I'm thinking there's nothing wrong with submission. If anything, as a Christian, that's a strong basis for my belief. And when someone comes and tells me that gender-based violence is a form of submission, then that's wrong.
Okay. Anyway, you can start the show, I think.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another one of the confession booth. It's going to be tense today.
Yeah, so tell me, what do you have for me? What confession do people send in this time?
Okay, let me check out this one. I got a lady here. She says, hi, I'm a 28-year-old woman, and I've been married for 3 years. And my husband recently lost his job, and things have been tough for us financially. Things got so tough, so much that our family started supporting us. And my parents recently offered us the cottage at their house. My father even said he can come work for us, but he's not open to the offer because of his pride and ego. I do not know what to do. Please help me out. Yeah, and it looks like here I'm just gonna, just by going through it, she's also mentioning something to the effect of. She's having to hide money because she feels like he has to step up as a man.
Interesting. Well, what advice would you give this person?
It comes back to what you were talking about, this whole submission. Submission is something that is complemented. Wait. It's complemented.
You're not pull the submission card.
When you demand something, you must also be coming with something to the party. I don't submit because you have loved. I don't love because you submitted. And I'm saying, Kuti, if you say you're the priest of the house or you're the man of the house and stuff, you need to step up. And when things come to this point, it's not right. Kuti, and this is something. It's in your face. Manage it.
So equality abaipinda.
Pride and ego.
No, nati equality aipindi it up. Because it seems like there's a need. You guys nitpick when you want to be equal and the way you want to submit. No, because the way you're like, no, Abando, if you want someone to submit, you have to be like, yo.
Now you're stereotyping.
No, I'm not stereotyping.
I'm not in the place
you literally said. If you're the man of the house, I can't submit if you don't. So it seems
I never said you can't submit. Listen to what I said.
You said you submit. You can't bring love and expect someone to submit.
I said none of them none of them waits for the other. Okay. However, when you come to me with that ticket, and the other thing you have to realize is that you also have to do your part. This guy is supposed to do his part.
But he recently lost his job.
Ari ku offer cottage kuirambirechi.
I just don't want I don't want this whole connotation yekuti ati zvarangonzo ndichitokurwapo tochiscreama chichotofana haana kana senti but aritochemedza mwana wangu. It doesn't.
Pride and ego, guy.
No, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, you have to understand why this is happening. Why is she actually hiding money? Was this guy hiding money when he was making money?
I don't know. But she's told me her part, and she said out of frustration because he's not coming, he's not stepping forward. Akuenda kumaraunda chinoisa mari paside kuti aonoti zvinhu so mina wangu wazozomira because munhu ari kutoramba a simple offer yeimba. All right, ari kuramba imba kubasa, all right. Basa chi chinoitika kubasa.
You know, it gets complex because you know it's not that I side with the guy or anything or but I hear but where I hear where it's coming from, it's like do you know inini apana chanozogona kukuudza iwewe tigara kumba kwavabereki vako ndichida kukutsiura ndichiziva kuti less than 100 meters unogona kuenda una mabomzi ako fesi yatojaira atogara pamapiri. Like I just feel like as a man, pride, yeah, that's when it comes in with like when you step up now. That's some of the reasons where, not that I'm saying it's a bad idea, but you can do it for 1 or 2 months until you get back on your feet and then you move out. But I mean, also, it's one of those things whereby like, yo, what kind of people are these people? Do they then affect the dynamics of our parents? Like a lot of people do it. I mean, a lot of people or whatever. It happens in our society. But it's just that you have to, there are pros to it and there are cons to it.
And look, I'll take you back to the postmodern era.
Because inini kana naugara payadi papo saka baba wao wadonisakurisa ini wadonitaka.
Aiwa mira ka una zvakuita you're bringing hot and cold. One moment you're with us, next moment
no,
it's
hot and cold.
We're in the postmodern era, and you said something that makes a lot of sense. It's like we have to work as a team to make this thing work.
So why are you hiding money from me?
Aiwa mdara mina ndikufamba netsoro yangu. Mdara bvatichi uyogare padeni. Toti alright tsaramba ipapo. Mdara mutinzwe nepa cottage iri padhuze nebedroom yenyu chichichi. But like we need to just get up on our feet. Ngati save mari. Inini ndatoona kuti already with your conduct wakaoma msoro. Saka ndakutanga kuisa mari paside. And look, to be honest, to a certain extent, I don't agree with that whole thing of doing things secretly because when they then come to the fore, they come in a nasty way. But what I'm saying is that, the communication must be real, and we must eat the humble pie kana tiri pa stage years teaser our current reality for the sake of pride, for the sake of our ego, for the sake of how we feel. It's not about feelings, it's about the fact that na maveji pa table contaminated with your maveji. You know what I mean? Katshandi, once we do that, we move forward. I'm your helper. I'm here to try and make you see. And it's but sometimes when I see all right, muno wangu ka askundinzwisisa zvandiri kutaura. Askuda kuzviona, in fact. They're in this place of like they're in oblivion.
It's not really okay. I hear where you're coming from, but I mean it then comes to one issue that I've noticed and realized, Guti. What is it about if the men's finances are not in order that then repels women? Unlike because look at it this way. Do you know 90% of the women that are being married or whatever out there, right? Using the same criteria they use, if I said, I don't like to date broke chicks or whatever, I will be called all sorts of names on the internet. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, how come finances are like, what kind of people are women whereby finances are the be it all and end all and make all and break all? Whereby, imagine you can date some, no one to date a muno, uchomtengera even jiro matampons, utonzi utrom data, usinangana pressure. Iwo wangomera 1 month chai auto kudai so like how crazy is the issue here? My finances when it comes to these relationships and marriages. Let me take you to the jungle. You look at almost all the animals. Let me give you particularly the lion. The females check. If this guy cannot defend a pride, security has always been an issue everywhere.
So in our world as humans, we look at financial security. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can this guy take care of this family? And can he provide? Unfortunately, like you're saying, there's some circumstances where a girl is coming from bad circumstances, like you're saying, and then the guy is coming through. But if you are the provider in this relationship, for which you are, why are you ukukhetshela my feelings? You are a provider. You are provider. It's like the concept of satisfying your wife. If you feel you can satisfy your wife financially, sexually, emotionally, whichever way you can, don't you get that satisfaction? Pachako is a person. So how come when it comes to this finances issue, we are bad people for seeking? We want to make sure I'm not saying that
you're bad people. I'm saying that there is like a distortion of reality where at 1 minute you guys are saying that equal, you want equality, and then at the other stage, it's like you didn't let me hide my money so that it's to end up on.
Like I said, I don't completely agree with this position. Be open with the but allow me to manage it whilst we try and get to our feet.
So what advice would you give to this person? This person, they must pack their bags and move in with their in-laws.
No. She must stick with the guy. Until you said I do through thickness and thin.
Yeah, but I'm saying one fan go for it.
Move in, do the money, get out as soon as you guys are stable and manage yourselves. You learn your lessons.
Do you think that your rallies then look at you differently when you move in? Because it's like there's another situation. One of our viewers, she came here the other day and she was saying, I was like, why we've got a family event and family event andizula kunomakisa mrume wangu anozoti mrume wangu azikudichengeta. So I'm like, do you do like you're married, like paunoenda kumba kwenyu, like do you try to portray like Zezuru 5 even if things are not firing so that you look?
And I would do the same. I would never expose my husband to so that people can go around talking about him. I just don't wait to food. Support. If you're out there, I support you.
So you're part of the Hamas are not Mutaura.
No, I know Hamad's Nutaura. I know Hamad's Shata.
Give us some context of those guys. No. What I'm saying is, so how do you like to your family, do you cover for your dude as in when you go out there? And why is that necessary?
You do. You know what? You know your family. I know my family well. And but brother sister this is rubbish. You know, she'll hear me out. So I will protect my man from my own people because I know them. And he will do the same. And forsaking all others. We're not abandoning them, but we're forsaking them in terms of our priorities. We are putting ourselves as a priority in our family. So people must respect that. My mother must respect it. My father must respect it. People must respect it. And I know we're humans. As long as so I'm going to make sure that at every point I know that my family is secure. Because this girl is inviting this guy into his parents' house, but she needs to protect him from them whilst they're there. And
Sarah, do you think this girl
especially, this whole daddy's girl type of thing and, all that drama. People can do those things. It happens, but it's
serious?
Not a deal. It's not. Yeah, it's not. I mean.
Did I trigger you? This sound very close to your heart.
No. I mean, I do counseling, so I meet these cases 1,000 times a lot. And you're trying to tell people when you need help. Let's say Andrew Ambama, you go and tell your relatives. They put it in a savings account and they bring that one when the time comes. 92 is too far. 2012. You know what I mean?
So, and so speaking of your counseling bag, what other financial issues have you faced in like marriages?
You know, one thing, and it annoys me personally, I need to say this, where we as women come back and say, and you know, it's like he's become the enemy. Like, and you know, this is Women's Month, and we need to face some harsh realities.
Hey, speaking of Women's Month, how many days do women have in this world?
Shamari, we got August, we got March, just give us 60 days of joy.
When was Women's Month founded? What is it for?
The point. I just want to finish this point because it's critical. I don't want to lose from it. What I was saying was this. You know, when we make these marital choices, they're permanent. And your husband is one of your choices. You can't go back. And we skip the courtship stage so that we can see the spending habits of our spouses. And that's the problem, because now when we get in marriage, why is this person suddenly the enemy? It's because we ignored, we chose to ignore it when we were married. I mean, before we were married, we just wanted to get married. Now we're married, we're in a place where he's the enemy. Come on, man. We put ourselves into this mess. You know what I mean?
So how do you suggest people handle the issue of finances when they're actually in relationships?
Transparency, communication, financial discipline. Who's the better person? I'll give you an example with my house. I'm a spender. My husband is the saver. He will no, okay, fine. Each dollar will go crying. But what we arrange is that, okay, since he's the saver, he does the savings in the family. And since I'm the spender, I'm the one who looks for holidays and stuff like that. But he gives me the budget. You see.
What do you mean looks for holiday? I thought holiday went out musha. I mean, like on the reels, like
really.
Yeah?
Like really.
Yeah, holiday went out musha no holiday.
But life is circulated around the
Alright.
like that. Yeah. So you have to.
Yeah, and live in extra soft, ne?
No, just
holiday. You know, the furthest I've gone on holiday probably is Norton. But anyway, continue. You're saying.
No, I'm just saying it's just a place where we discuss what's your strength, what's your weakness.
If you're in the situation, do you think your husband would admit to?
I think my husband is a practical man. Yes, but first of all, because like I said, he's very frugal.
No, but I'm saying this is like a young marriage. This people like they've been married for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you know that a lot of people, and it's because our first district that that we pastored was Kuweza.
All right.
Do you know a lot of people mararega they live this fake life because they want to reach a standard. Small towns. You know, by the time I left that district, we had a little gas business. I had 2 goats and some chickens. I was doing very well. You see?
No, yeah.
But I not in the 4, you know.
Yeah, because like when you look at our society and especially in a Zim context, I feel like a lot of our problems or our money problems or my BPA around our cost of living. Mm-hmm. I feel like we as a people are not cutting down our costs and living within our means just because mining given CX5 it's often not to think it's our own 50k to often not to end up on CX5. So I feel like there's a lot of peer pressure out here in the streets, especially with social media and everything. But in my advice to this gentleman I feel like as much as I know where his pride is coming from. It's just not, it's as a man, and I'll talk from a man's perspective. As a man, it's not a good feeling knowing that you're living under another man's roof.
Yeah, makes sense.
That bruises your ego in some shape or form. Mm-hmm. So I know it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, but I'll suggest
what will you suggest?
I'll suggest that he probably just moves in for like at least 6 months. Mm-hmm. But I wanna patch fire, patch gariga auto gara for him.
You're horrible.
But yeah, I feel like, and as for working for the guy, it's one thing that people, I always tell people that they must try to avoid having like one source of income, especially if you've got like, if you are in a position whereby you got people that you're taking care of and you're living in an unstable economy. You have to have at least multiple streams of income just to balance some shit. But also, I feel like unogona kunzwanza ma-problems are face ama-problems ekunzi Wi-Fi has to subscribe back to this DSTV because you never know with women, you know, like you don't think maybe it's a train smash, but it's not even that straight. Maybe muna ngoti ngati veku mebore ngati and nogara kwadzana and muna azikuda kugara kwadzana. So it's one of those things where like also it's what standards is this woman setting for this man.
I mean, put that standard aside, check with reality, do what you need to do. Security guards.
You're telling me when you're round, round rakaita say?
And she joined the round and she was saving money round momo. She's been like saving money aside kuchati, you know, if ever things come to their worst.
Okay. Round is in how I don't know, like how Felicitas has been around what like
I'd say Felicitas.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, you know, you have a group of friends and then what's my 50 type of thing.
If they're not happened.
She's been saving it from what I gather. So she's saying, you know, she's looking at the situation. This guy does not want to go and work for her dad. He does not want to stay in that cottage. The monies at Imumba have dwindled so badly. She's waiting to see what he's going to do. And her thrust is, Nakusa Maripa side, Kuchoti, I'll bring it forward. Or to be honest, I don't know what her intentions are when that money comes out. Pace out or what?
Anyway, tell us, guys, what you suggest our brother here should do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like women are not gaira mari sirik, especially outside. Well, men just spend money on women, but women are not gaira mari.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna.
Anyway, you can actually close the show. I think this is the camera. Close the show.
Well, I hope you got something. And if you're out there and you're a young couple, be real with yourself. This is Confession Booth. I'm Taff. Until next time. Bye.
Was a confession. Go ye, my child, and sin no more.